Nope, it's winter, presented by Rainy Lake, north of the Twin Cities, gateway to Voyageurs National Park. Rainy Lake is your Minnesota vacation destination, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Plan your trip at rainylake.org.
Let me give it a shot. Oh, it's
good.
winter. I know. Well, we all, as Minnesotans, know that our winters are especially long, although I think we're going to get a little bit of a break next week, it sounds like. Chris Reese was saying we might get actually some rain and not some snow next Monday night into Tuesday. So you may be looking for some cool activities to switch up your routine.
Well, our reporter Kristin Haubrich is here. She is, constantly zipping all over the metro and beyond, and she's experiencing so many cool things that we thought, let's do a little roundup of Kristin's favorite winter boredom busters, some unique activities that you can try this time of year.
Absolutely.
We'll go down memory lane with you,
I love this.
Kristin.
We were kind of joking in one of our team meetings about we finally have a winter this season.
I know.
So
we do.
I'm taking full advantage.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I mean, we live here because we like it. I mean, I know it can get a little old because it drags on, but you make the most of it by getting out there and experiencing it, and that's what you do so well. So let's go to Sauna Camp, Minnesota, or Sauna, as Le Fins say.
And this is right up both of your alleys. It is winter wellness at its finest with contrast therapy. So it's in Excelsior on the shores of Lake Minnewaska, and you can see us in there in a beautiful Finnish wood fire sauna. They've got 8 of them, so you get nice and piping hot, and then you jump out into the naturally icy cold water to do your plunge.
Well, you do that death walk first, right?
Yeah, the death walk. They do have a sauna now out on the ice because it has been cold enough, so it's a shorter distance there.
Oh my gosh.
But this is great if you want a unique date night, or if you want to start a new healthy habit, or just a way to make new friends.
So what's the best way to do it? Like, are you booking it and you're in there by yourself, or are there other people, or how does it work?
So you could do it both ways. If you wanted to have just exclusively your group of friends or your family, you could book the entire sauna.
Okay.
Or if you're saying, you know what, I feel like a conversation.
Yeah.
I want to have some people that I don't know initially. You can make friends and do it together, and then you've lived through this kind of crazy experience.
I know.
Yeah.
So it bonds
That
you.
is the one thing I've heard from people that have done the sauna camp, is that even if you go solo, there is a nice sense of community there, because there's always people there. There are a lot of people that are maybe doing it for the first time as well, so you have that shared experience. Yeah. And it's not as intimidating as you think it might be.
No, I think it's great. And you're right. I've done kind of similar things both ways, where I've been in groups with people that I didn't know, and I think that's really fun. And like when Mandy and Betsy and I from our team were up in Duluth, and we did the Cedar and Stone one in Lake Superior, like we're bonded for life, because it's that intense, and it's really cool.
And you got your adrenaline up together, all those endorphins, and so it's that shared experience.
Yeah.
And very fun to hear people shrieking and laughing together.
It's so good, and I think there's something so restorative about getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Like
100%.
it's an amazing thing that we all need to do regularly.
Challenging ourselves.
You know where else you can be uncomfortable? On an ice rink with cars coming at you.
That's right. So we've all done bumper cars traditionally, right at the amusement park, maybe at Valley Fair. Well, I grabbed Stella. She came with me for this all-new experience at the Egan Civic Center to do bumper cars on ice.
This is fun.
So those bumper cars are actually inflatable. They're battery powered. They light up. They spin around. You can do a 360, zoom across the ice. It's $8 to ride for 8 minutes, but that's really all the time that you need.
You're good.
It's offered during open skate, and I will say it took me a minute to get the joysticks right. About figuring out where
a little
I'm
bit of a
turning,
learning
how
curve.
I'm going.
Right.
And then they have staff there to help you if you get turned around and you're going into their bumper lane.
Okay.
And they took the lights down low, right? A little glow in the dark.
So is this then when because you're not just going to go and be like, I'm going to go to do this 1 8-minute thing though. So do you bring skates and then you're skating the other part of the time?
That is a great idea. Split it up, do bumper cars for a little bit, then switch over to open skate.
Okay.
And what's nice about this too is it's not just for winter. They're going to keep it year round. So think about a fun birthday party.
Yeah.
Maybe summer, you're too hot. Step in here.
Yeah, well, that is the benefit
cars
about
on
being
ice.
inside, right? I mean, we've got ice rinks everywhere, and they're going to stay inside even in the warm months. I think the best endorsement about all that when we watch it is Stella was smiling and laughing the whole time.
She was.
So think about your kid. If you're going to take them out there and they're sitting on your lap, they're going to be loving all 8 minutes of it.
Fun bonding experience, and if you want to go against grandpa or dad, kind of a fun rivalry, right?
Cute.
Who's going to bump who?
That's really great.
Yeah. Okay. Before we go on to the next one, I didn't want to let's go back to the sauna camps real quick because they are offering a deal. Is that correct?
Yeah. So this code is still good. So for sauna camp, any booking, use code TCL Live.
Oh, great.
All one word.
Yeah, awesome.
10% off.
Okay, the next one that you have for us is one that you and I actually talked about, because I was looking at this and I saw it on Instagram. I go, Kristin, have you seen this? You're like, I'm actually going to go shoot this tomorrow. I'm like, oh man, this looks so fun.
Yes, how crazy is this? You're going sailing in the middle of winter. It is a thrilling experience. You literally glide across Minnetonka's Wayzata Bay. We reach speeds, you guys, of up to 55 miles an hour.
That's wild.
Totally wild. And so no experience necessary. Every boat is piloted with a professional sailor with Sky Brothers Paragliding. So Alex is the owner there, and he is just so proud of this experience. He knows everything, the ins and outs. He's scouted, because I'm like, what if we hit an ice fishing hole?
Yeah.
Right.
What? How do you know what's up?
Or a big ice chunk or something.
So he's scouted, making sure every part is solid that we're going to be going on, that the ice is nice and secure, thickness level is there.
And it's truly just wind powered?
It is, yes. So he's doing all the steering. Part of it's with the rope, and then there's a steering wheel like in the little hub. But you get nice and comfy close. You're sardined in together, and I was just hanging out for life. Like, definitely wear goggles, because you get those, ice chunks that come up.
And each ride is 30 minutes. Okay, before we go, another little sweet thing to do is just go ice skating at, there's lots of spots around the metro, but this one has really stood out to you.
I really loved this because it's not your traditional rink or oval. Centennial Lakes Park there in the heart of Edina, you can glide across 10 acres. So it's essentially 3 large ponds connected by canals, and you can skate right under those pedestrian bridges you see. They're open till 9:30 each night, and it's very pretty as the sun sets. And if you don't have your own skates, you can rent them there. They're warming house, hot cocoa, and also a fun idea as a date night if you want to hold hands, or if your kids are a little nervous, they're just learning to skate, and you don't want the intimidation of a small skating space.
Very fun.
Yeah, and if people are unfamiliar with that area, there's lots of shops, and there's lots of food and stuff, so you really can make it a whole night. You can go skating, and then a bunch of shops and restaurants around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff, Kristin.
Thank you.
Thanks for hanging with us in the
pleasure.
studio. Okay, so if you want to learn more about each winter experience that Kristin filled us in on, just head over to our website. It's twincitieslive.com.
Now let's take a look at that weather on the way. It's sponsored by Apollo Heating, Air, and Plumbing.
Des, have you seen the instant quote from Apollo at callapollo.com?
Can you get an instant quote for your laundry?
Apollo, instant quote. Ta-da!
You didn't put any of the food on the grill. Everybody is already here. Try that Apollo instant quote thing.
Apollo, instant quote.
Oh my gosh.
It's that easy.
To get your instant quote from Apollo on a new AC, furnace, or even a tankless water heater, visit us at callapollo.com. That's callapollo.com.